Who are we?
Nobodies!
Speak for yourself.
Okay. We're Canadian filmmakers with the dream of surviving financially on the backs of our films.
Welcome to our show where we bring people along on our film journey.
Maybe we can learn a thing or two.
Maybe we can teach people a thing or two while drinking beers.
I mean, if you can't drink beers while filmmaking, what's the point?
We are Fable Forest Films, failing our way to success.
Welcome to Jurassic Park. I mean, our show. First frames first.
Hello.
Hello and welcome to episode 35 of First Frames First. I'm your host, Adrian.
I'm your even better host, Jason. Hi guys. Welcome.
Sometimes I have to send Adrian money via the bank account. You know, he buys a thing, the company has to pay him back. And you know, if you do an e-transfer, you give a security question, right? You're like, what's your mother's name? What street did you grow up on? So I gave him the security question, who is the better golfer? And my name is the answer. And every time I get to just see if he decides if he wants the money or not. It's my favorite thing.
Yeah, I want the money. Give me the money. Yeah, it is a very dick move.
Right?
Yeah. Because I know you're manipulating me.
Feels good.
Playing me like a flute.
How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Good.
Yeah.
Excellent. I got to play golf twice. No, I got to play golf once in the weekend.
I have not had a chance to play golf. I have been editing like a madman.
What are you editing right now?
Right now, working on Art of Eight Limbs.
Okay.
Which is our Muay Thai show with Bell Media, and we have a deadline, a looming deadline, and it is a substantial amount of work because we have done a substantial amount of filming. Yeah. So just trying to get that through the door.
Let's talk about a couple quick things. So just I mean, if you're tuning into episode 35, this is your first show ever. This is the Fable Forest Films podcast about our film journey, what's going on with us. Every 2 weeks we sit down, we have a chit-chat, try to catch up and catch you guys up on what we're doing.
Yep.
So right now in the hopper, we are in the midst of shooting our third feature film. It's a horror murder mystery called Shifted. And that's kind of on hold just for a moment.
Yeah.
While we work on our Muay Thai fight documentary.
Yeah.
Sponsored by Bell.
As we said, we were in the midst of shooting Shifted, and we just got a wonderful opportunity that had a deadline. So we got a docu-series through Bell Media, and there is an end date. Whereas with our movie, our end date is set for the end of the year. Yeah. We would like to be finished shooting the film finish editing the film by December, so that we can do a February release.
Yeah, I'll say it here, and it's okay. We can share our happiness or displeasure, whichever way it comes up. But we are trying to get. Can you hear me? Okay. Yeah. And how about you?
Good.
Oh, perfect. Okay. We are trying to finish the film, finish editing, and get everything. We're good.
I'm gonna give you more.
Okay.
Go.
We are going to finish editing, wrap up the movie, and get ready to submit it to Fantasia Film Festival in Montreal. It's a great big fest that we'd love to get into with this feature, and the deadline for submission is February next year, I believe.
Yeah.
That's we're pushing hard to make that deadline.
Yes.
So we have time, but we don't have tons of time, and I'm sure, to be fair to all of our actors, they're probably getting a little tired of waiting on us.
Big time.
Yeah. You know what I'm most afraid of? I know this sounds silly, but probably not. We are June, and we finished filming in April, March, into March.
Yeah.
People might have different skin tones now.
Yes.
Are we afraid of that? So are you going to color code people's faces, or are we going to just... So this is going to be fun for you guys that are watching. When you watch our movie...
When you watch the movie, keep your eyes peeled.
Keep your eyes peeled for about...
All of a sudden...
15, 20 minutes of the film left. People are tan. What is happening?
What happened? Why are they so brown and delicious looking?
And then they jump back to untanned
Yeah.
because we've already filmed the ending.
Because they really got afraid. They really got
Yeah.
pale
That's gonna be good
skin.
stuff. So basically,
Yeah.
we are working away. So let's talk a little bit about just quickly talk about the footage, what we're learning about shooting a documentary. Period.
Yeah.
This is our first attempt at trying to film anything like this.
Mm-hmm.
Although you did gymnastics.
Yeah. The documentary on gymnastics.
Okay, maybe talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, no, and it's just, I mean, the thing is, what we're learning is that really you want to dive into the story behind who the fighters are. Like a lot of the questions that we asked were kind of, hey, what's your name? What's your training schedule like?
Right.
And to be honest, like nobody really cares about that. What they want to know is that, like, they care, but I hit the bag for 20 minutes, I skip for, then I do push-ups and sit-ups, and then I go for a run, and everyone gets it. But, like, really what we want to know is,
who that person is.
Yeah, do you come from a single mother family?
Mm-hmm.
Has your dad deserted the family, and this is part of the reason that you're fighting? So what we need to learn is...
did you grow up in a wonderful home, nothing wrong, had a $50 a week allowance,
no, that's
and just
boring.
want to punch somebody in the face?
That's boring. You don't get on our documentaries if you just have a happy life.
Why not?
No. You need to be broken in some way.
Well, what if a happy life has broken you in some way?
Oh, then we're in. So this is the thing. But what we need to learn is you actually need to drill down behind what the story really is. You need to, when you're asking the questions, your structured questions that you have, when you realize that there is something, you got to grab that bone, and then you got to follow that line of questioning all the way down.
And I think you got to look for it.
You do.
Yeah.
Like
the
whole time you're looking for the magic.
Yeah.
You're like, all of these questions are great, and they're the foundation, but they're not the magic.
Right.
They are just they're what people expect.
Yeah.
So, well, we've learned a lot.
And I think, like, it's nothing against the fighters, and they did absolutely nothing wrong. They answered our questions. But yeah, like the one that you just mentioned where we were like, what's your training regimen like? How many days a week do you train? The thing is, they're all fighters preparing for a fight. So they're like, right now I'm training 6 days a week. I'm in the gym in the morning at 5:30. Blah, 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 blah. I do this, I do that. And all of them sound exactly the same.
They do, yeah.
They're all working hard to push themselves to get ready for the fight, right? Now, it's interesting and it's cool to hear because some people might get motivated by the fact that these guys are at the gym 6 days a week or 7 days or whatever, 4 hours a day. We were just talking to Dan last week, and he was saying, yeah, I was training about 2 hours a day. Now I'm training 5 hours a day. I'm like, 5 hours a day?
How do you even do that? You are deciding in your life to be a fighter.
Right.
Like it is a decision. I'm going to fight and be a fighter.
Right. I hardly work 5 hours a day.
We'll cut that out.
Please cut that out. I'm just kidding.
So essentially, we learned a lot in the asking of the questions. You're looking for the story, but beyond that, we have a lot of footage. We have a lot. And,
it's great. We have interviews with each fighter. We have footage of them training, so that their whole training regimen, all the sit-ups and the push-ups and the skipping, and shadow boxing and all that, kicking the bags and all that stuff for each fighter. We have their coaches talking about who they are, everybody talking about the gym and the city and all this kind of stuff, and we're really trying to like condense it down into these. Originally we said 12-minute episodes. It might be a little bit longer. Who knows?
Yeah.
But even if it's longer, it's going to be tight.
Punchy.
It's going to feel really quick and awesome.
Yeah. Hopefully, if we can get everything into the 12-minute sort of area, it should be a pretty punchy episode.
Yeah.
You should sit there and be like, holy smokes, we just got a lot of story in 12 minutes. Mm-hmm. Because 12 minutes is, what we agreed with Bell. Mm-hmm. And so it should be good.
We have footage of the people outside the gym just doing random things, telling stories about their lives. We have the special footage where it's like slow motion skipping with backlit, wrapping their hands in slow mo and all this kind of stuff. And then of course we have the actual fights and the lead up to the fights and all that kind of stuff. So,
yeah, the whole fight night section.
Post fight interview. So we have a lot of stuff, a lot of great footage, a lot of great stories. So this is exciting. Yeah,
so it is a lot, we just had a little glitch right now where Jason just came around to kind of have a look at things. And I opened up the project, and a whole bunch of the clips have shifted in some way to like different sections. So normally
it's like a mystery. If he doesn't fix it,
it's a murder mystery.
It's going to be a murder mystery.
Yeah. So like usually you would go through, you would have a really long clip, and then you would say,
"I'm going to murder you."
Yes, I understood that.
You got that? Okay, good.
But you will attempt to murder me, and I would crush you into a fine powder and snort you.
Ugh, gross.
I know, but then we would be one.
Oh.
Hug it out.
Okay.
No. So anyway, a whole bunch of when we opened it now tonight, a whole bunch of the clips had moved. It's terrible. I have to fix it. It'll probably be an hour or 2 hours of work just to
which is a waste.
Like,
you don't want to
waste. Why did that happen?
Yeah, you don't want to waste 2 hours going back to do something you already did. You want to spend that 2 hours
moving on,
keeping going. But it was good. It was good for me to see it. That's usually my MO. Is I come in at close to the end or in the middle and just start to look at how you've started to put things together, and threw out a couple quick comments. Especially with the Muay Thai history stuff, but it's looking awesome, and you can I wouldn't want anybody else to see it because
no one that doesn't work in video should ever see it in a non-finished state.
Agreed.
Because if you're not used to video, and you only see finished, polished things, right? If you don't actually make videos, then when you see an in construction video, you don't get that things have to be fixed. All you'd be sitting there going, "This is not so good. This is terrible.
Why did that cut like that?
Yeah, why does that look like that?" So it takes time to get into the mind frame when you can see the construction and how the video is coming together, and you know that the process is not done yet.
Yeah, so, you kind of in your mind you can see the pieces of the training videos you're going to be overlaying over certain pieces. When the guy says something like, when he hit me there, I saw lights or whatever. You know what's going to come next, overlaid over top of that voiceover and things like that. So it's looking really good. I really like the opening. I mean, there's going to be music. It's going to be quicker. It's going to be a little flashier, but it's coming along really nicely. So I'm excited. Good work.
Thanks, man.
I mean, it's probably you're doing tons, and I'm doing whatever.
This is my jam right now.
Yeah, no, it's amazing.
It's all me right now.
So,
So, and I'm going to bring us back to Shifted there. We're moving on?
No, let's talk about Shifted, yeah.
Yeah, moving on from Muay Thai.
Oh, yeah.
So, we have an editor coming on to help us.
Yes!
Yeah.
Amazing.
Scott Clark is a local editor and filmmaker in the region, and he does a lot of work for CTV.
Right.
And I have been working with him recently as part of my part-time work, and
he also came and shot for us on Fight Night.
He shot on Fight Night on Muay Thai, and I know that he does editing stuff.
Yeah.
And I asked him if he would help, while I'm neck deep in Muay Thai, if he would help with Shifted, sort of sync up all the audio, and then start to prep the footage.
Now does he know how you work, or does he work in a similar fashion?
He will. No, he will do according to the way that we would.
Okay.
I have set it out. So in the project file, when he opens it, he will see how I've done some of the things, and he will be able to replicate. Yeah.
Speaking of which, tonight we were supposed to have a special guest star. We'll put that out. We'll postpone it till another night. We won't say who, but I did specifically wear the shirt that they created for me. So this was the Art of 8 Limbs at Maxwell's. It was cool. We had all of our guys.
Show them the back.
I will post a picture. All of our guys had these shirts on Fight Night. We felt
like a team.
Professional. Felt like a team.
Yeah.
On the back, I don't know how high this thing goes, but on the back it says Fable Forest.
Fable Forest Films Crew, and these are all the logos: the Fight Schools, Bell 5, TV1, Fable Forest. Boom, on we go.
So it was pretty great. It felt amazing. We got our picture taken, and we got up on the Snapped magazine. I don't know if you guys have heard of that. You've probably seen it everywhere in every coffee shop across Ontario.
Yeah.
But yeah, that felt pretty good.
Yeah.
So and I suppose also I'll just mention as well that two of our folks are working on the final revision of the monster.
Amazing.
So Dave Guthrie from Mangled FX and Tabby Weaver are collaborating on the monster and the schmaltz that goes over the monster. So
amazing.
It's looking amazing, and we should have some more updates really soon. And then my hope is that as we wrap Muay Thai, we are ready to go with Monster, and then we can move right back in and finish up Shifted. So I'm excited to just get those two things moving.
Yeah.
And then, And then, it's going to be exciting. As soon as we get shifted into full-on edit mode, there'll be time for new and exciting things.
Yeah. And I will tell you, I have a little bit of sadness because I was wandering around today and I was like, I haven't written in a really, really long time. Just because there's no point in writing right now. I have too many other parts of the film production puzzle that need my attention.
Yeah.
That writing is just like, I really enjoy it, but I really just have to.
You have to
put it away for now. I need to edit, and then it is sad, but I'm looking forward to getting back on that bandwagon.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Amazing. Don't be sad. Each piece of the puzzle needs to be worked quickly.
Yeah.
Any more updates?
That's everything.
That's everything?
That's where we is.
So the one thing I wanted to do, and we're 15 minutes in, so we'll wrap this up quickly, but I want this to kind of be an ongoing thing for a little while, and we'll start with you. We're 35 episodes into this show, and we've really never talked about our background or our history too much. Maybe here and there people have got like a little bit of a taste. So I thought we would just start off by asking you some questions about your early years.
Okay.
First off, I mean, probably everybody can guess, but maybe talk to us a little bit about just where you're from and just sum up your life in about 3 minutes.
Yeah.
But just give us like a little bit of like early Adrian years, like where how did your parents meet? Do you know much about give us a little bit of like what transpired. Now you were born in South Africa?
Yeah.
And your mom and dad lived there when?
Yeah.
So how did that come to pass?
Well, this is wow. My mother's from Saskatchewan originally. So she's from Rosetown, Saskatchewan.
Okay.
Actually, Herschel, Saskatchewan.
Is that near a big city or is it like way out?
It's about, I think it's about, I'm going to say an hour and a half from Saskatoon, which is one of the big cities. But currently Herschel has about 20 residents. And
wow.
Yeah, the town is shrinking because the grain elevators went away. And this is the same Herschel that the Herschel bags. So you know the Canadian-made bags that are like Herschel bags? Do you know? You're not cool enough for that. So there's a very, very trendy bag at the moment called the Herschel bag, and it's based on the small, tiny little town. Anyway, so Mother Dearest, she got religion, and she could go and teach religion. Now it's the Baha'i religion that my mother belonged to.
Baha'i?
Yeah.
Give us what. First of all, have you ever been back to Saskatchewan?
Yeah, just recently.
Yeah.
I took the two girls to Saskatchewan. It was very difficult to travel in the airplane with those two little angels.
Tell us, what is the Baha'i religion? Is it a Christian religion?
No, it's not Christian. It was actually born out of Islam, but the basic fundamentals of the religion is, so they believe that all the religions are correct, but that all the religions are correct for their time.
Okay.
So they came at a certain time. The Baha'i religion is the most relevant religion right now, is what they believe, although the other religions are also right.
So do they believe in that kind of all religions' gods are the one God or something like that, or
Yes, absolutely. There is one God, and
they all match up.
Yeah,
Even
they're all
religions
the
that
same
are
thing.
multi-gods, it's really still the same thing, and they're all kind of merge into one sort of idea.
Now, I can't speak for them.
Oh, you should.
Yeah, but I think so. Yeah,
Yeah.
So and their basic fundamental belief is that unity is and equality.
Before the lights go out.
Unity and equality between men and women, and equality between black and white, and all the race.
Mm-hmm.
So there should just equality. That's their primary lesson.
Okay.
It is a great religion. Now,
And it was
I'm
born
not
out of
religious.
Saskatchewan?
No.
Or-
Born out of Islam. So it was born in the Middle East about 200 years ago.
Okay,
I think they just had their bicentennial was like last year. So anyway, she got religion. She came over to South Africa. She met my father, who was also a Baha'i and still a practicing Baha'i, and they had a baby. That baby was me. So we wandered around South Africa. They divorced before I can remember. So,
Okay.
So then my mother remarried, and my father was around, and then eventually he also remarried, and I have 6 siblings from various marriages. My mother married 3 times, my father married 3 times, and so I got a lot of halves and steps coming out my ears.
When did you leave South Africa? Like, how long were you in South Africa for?
Until I was 24.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah. So I lived in South Africa.
And you grew up with your dad though?
No, I lived with my mom, and yeah, that was it. It was a good life. I had a really South Africa is known for crime and for for the obviously the wildlife and the animals and blood diamonds and things like that. But mostly the international community knows how dangerous South Africa is.
Diplomatic immunity.
Kruger
ends.
Community. But I had a really great upbringing in South Africa. I had really good friends.
Mm-hmm.
School was easy, so I just had a lot of fun. I played sport.
So we would never put you on our show because your life was perfect.
Yeah, well, I was very lucky that nothing bad ever happened to me personally. Yeah. It happened all around me, and you are nervous and you're always aware of what's going on. But nothing bad happened to me. Aside, I had 2 cars stolen, but that's not to me, you're just angry because someone took your things,
right?
Or and I was burgled, but I never had a gun pulled on me, or somebody being held hostage, which has happened to close friends, where somebody comes into your house with a gun and locks you in the bathroom, and there you've got to sit while they ransack your house, and you don't know whether they're going to shoot you or not, or it's terrifying. Yeah, this has happened to close friends of mine, and it happens all the time in countries where you have, you have people who have, and you have the have-nots. And when you have poor people with guns, they say, well, I'm going to go and take what that person has because I want it.
So in Canada, we have the have-nots, but they just don't have guns.
No, you do not have have-nots.
No,
in
not
Canada.
even close.
No. The bread line in Africa is the bottom of the bottom in Africa is nothing. You can't feed yourself. The bottom in Canada is you have showers and a nice home that you can go order,
and food when you
need it. And if you were to go anywhere and just be and you were really hungry, you would get food. You can survive. The bread line in Canada is it's pretty high up, right?
We have it good here. Very
good. It's one of the most functional societies in the world, 100%. I think that probably the only, in my opinion, and I don't have experience, but from what I hear, the Slavic countries like Norway and Finland and those guys also, their sort of social system just works. I feel like it. If you can go to university for free, just to do whatever you want, they're doing something right.
Yeah.
And Canada's right up there, man. This place is awesome.
So what kind of jobs did your parents have when you were growing up?
Yeah, my dad worked in a factory as a sort of managing the stock of a factory, and my mother was a music teacher, and she started an orchestra company, which was a charity.
Yeah.
Which was basically, so her dream was to bring music to underprivileged kids, and so she did. She started the orchestra company, and they were a charitable organization, and she would hunt down money to run the company so that she could go and teach music to underprivileged kids. And one of the big things was instruments. So they would get secondhand instruments, and then they would take those instruments into the townships and to people who would never normally encounter classical music, and she would take the classical music to them. So she was kind of a superhero.
Wow.
Yeah, she's a cool chick.
That is very cool.
She's dead now.
No, I know that.
Oh.
I know that.
Thanks for bringing it up.
Sorry.
No, it's cool.
What, did she have any, like, particular big wins, or, you know what I mean? Like, anything really cool that kind of...
Well, I will say, like, she decided to leave South Africa and come back to Canada. And they got just a huge grant from the lottery that she had been working on for years and years and years, so that the orchestra company would probably be able to run for like 5 years or something like that. They would have enough money to be able to run for 5 years. So that was a huge...
Like the lottery, like how we know it, or...
Yeah.
Really?
So
because like 649 or whatever
exactly
does those things where they're like, we're helping people in the blah, blah, blah,
blah, blah, blah. So they run the national lottery, and like half of it is prize money, and the other half goes to help whoever, right?
That's amazing.
So she put in an application, and they got a huge sum of money. Huge. I mean, the company could probably run for, I don't know, I'm guessing here, but a number of years.
Wow.
That was a big win.
And I remember you telling me a story about your dad being like a salesman of sorts.
Yeah, he did sales. He would be on the road. He would have a trunk full of things. Now this is way before my time, and but he would have fancy gadgets in his car, and he would drive around and sell to people.
That's weird. I don't know why, but in my mind, and I don't know where this comes from, but I have this vague recollection that you told me he sold bricks.
Oh no! So yes, we went on a trip. So my dad, he wanted to start a business.
Okay.
Where
now this was how old are you at this point?
No, this was last time. So this was before I came to Canada the last time. So this was about 8 years ago. Mm-hmm. So my dad, there was a machine. You pile in. You have the sand right there. Yeah. You make the mixture.
Yeah.
And this little machine will make bricks.
Okay.
Yeah. So my dad was like, let's take this up into Africa. Let's see if we can get it to the places where they need to make schools.
Yeah.
So that these guys can make their own bricks, and it'll be a thing. So anyway, we took a trip up into Zambia, went and spoke to various people, and it was very exciting. It was a great father-son trip.
Yeah.
But I think the loopholes that you need to jump through in order to make the connections, especially with government, in order to be able to bring these machines, it was probably a little too rich for my dad's blood, I think. You know what I mean? I don't know how it came up at one point, but it always stuck with me that your dad was a traveling brick salesman. Like guys would like carry their big things of books, like Bibles or whatever, and you'd show up. Three different kinds of
Mrs.
brick.
Johnson?
What brick would you like?
Right? So
yeah. No, that was good. And my dad's a very adventurous person, and he tries many, many different things.
Yeah.
And that was one of the things he tried. So that was cool. We went to a father-son trip. We hopped in the car, drove from South Africa up into Zambia, which was amazing. We drove through Zimbabwe, which so I got to drive through Bulawayo, which is a town, and they have these really wide streets. And so Zimbabwe sort of fell into economic ruin, and so it was really interesting to see a town where the central business district, the CBD, is like empty.
Like ghost town.
Yeah, because no one's in there.
Yeah.
And anyway, it was crazy. It was cool.
Yeah. And when did you first start your kind of film journey? Do we even want to get into this today? We're looking at the time. I'm just give us a little Susan.
I'll just let you know, and we'll have to do the opposites one time.
Yeah, for sure.
But I was going to go into university for engineering because I had no idea, and maths and science were my strong suits.
Mm-hmm. But you weren't a writer as a young kid or in high school?
No.
Yeah.
No, and I heavily into drama.
Mm-hmm.
I would write plays and things like that,
mm-hmm.
and I loved drama, and acting and directing plays, and that was part of my school life.
Mm.
And I didn't realize that film was something that you could study until I had the form in front of me, and I saw that film and media was a thing you could take.
So you were like, are you telling me you were like, well, I'm applying to engineering today. Oh, film. Never mind.
Yeah.
That was it.
Yeah, exactly. No, I was like, and this was the question. I was like, engineering, security, film, fun and happiness. So I was like, I take fun and happiness, and that's kind of that. And a lot of people don't live that way.
Yeah.
And I do, and it is. You would take security for sure.
I did.
Yeah, and like it comes with pros and cons, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because if you take security, then generally you get a really good job, and I mean.
Now for you, and because this is an interesting dynamic. So would you say that now I know you got burgled and you got your car stolen, but when you grew up, were you middle class? Were you fairly well off as a family unit? Were you? I mean, now I know your parents split and stuff.
Yeah,
but were you in a good place financially? Would you say?
So I was, in the context of South Africa, yes.
Yeah.
Like, because there are so many very, very poor people, we were well off. We had everything we wanted. But in a Canadian context, we did not have a lot.
Right.
So we had, like, all of our toys were just second-hand toys, that was how everybody lived. You know what I mean?
Nobody had a new toy.
Yeah. Canada is a very rich country.
And when we toss our toys out, they go to South Africa.
Yeah, well, probably. I mean, but the thing is, it is a rich country where people can buy a lot of things.
Yeah.
And the rest of the world that is not first world doesn't live like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And so, I mean, yes, we were fine. We were good. We were in South Africa, we were middle class.
Yeah.
But we weren't, you're not running around going on holiday all the time, and you are watching your money all the time.
But your guns were made of gold.
No, but you know what?
Did you have guns?
Yes. And you know what? Oh, my parents, my mom and my stepfather and my little brother once went on holiday.
Yeah.
And I was like 16 and I was staying. I was not going to Egypt. It was going to be stupid. I was going to stay and party with my friends. I know, I was so dumb.
So dumb.
I was really just trying to make sexy time. Anyway, my stepfather was like, here's a gun. It's loaded.
Don't kill anyone. Kill someone if you have to, I guess.
He left me with a loaded gun. And it was awesome, and I was just 16, but,
Yeah. Wild.
Yeah.
My final question was, in South Africa, is it looked down upon to be well off? Like, no. So when if you can afford to go to university, people are like,
oh, you are going to university for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not if you can afford it, it's not even an option. You gotta go to university.
And so would anybody be like, you're rich, my man, because not only are you going to university, you're going to super fun time university. You're not even going to get a real job.
No, I would. I
was
don't think
filmmaking
so.
a big thing in South Africa when you were?
Yeah. Yes. I mean, the thing is, it just depends what part of filmmaking you're talking about. Like, there probably still is a lot of productions that come from Europe and the States to film in South Africa because it's so cheap, right? And the crews there are really, really experienced and, I mean, amazing. World-class crews, world-class equipment for less money. So a lot of people go and shoot there.
Well, let's talk more about South Africa and your childhood another time. But for today, let's fucking wrap it up.
Yeah, let's do it.
Because we keep these episodes shorter now.
Toit.
And we don't really want to hear any more about you today.
But South Africa's amazing. It really is cool.
Do you want to do trivia today?
Sure. Just do a couple.
I'm ready to throw these in the garbage. It's trivia time. Where Jay and Adrian don't know anything about trivia. And also, nobody wants to hear me sing. Here we go. We're doing two. I will start. Who was elected mayor of Carmel, California, in 1986?
That's not a movie question. That's a political question. Oh, do you know who it is? It's Clint Eastwood.
God damn it!
Because it was a movie question.
You got it right.
And he's a mayor.
Shit.
In what film does Jeff Bridges play a member of the Boston Bomb Squad?
Blown Away.
I'm going to be so mad if you get it. Yeah.
What a movie.
Is it good?
Oh, so good. Tommy Lee Jones.
Oh.
Tommy Lee Jones is a bomb maker.
Yeah.
And all he wants, he just wants his bombs to go off. A bomb that doesn't go off is like an offense to his personal self.
Wow.
And Jeff Bridges is like a detective.
That's
wants to
really
stop.
cool.
It's fucking amazing. Blown Away is great.
Okay, we gotta watch that.
Here's the thing. I might be remembering it with the fondness of time, but I love Blown Away.
That sounds good. I mean, that's a good setup.
Who did Cary Grant say was the most beautiful actress he ever worked with? I looked at the back because I have no idea.
I'm just gonna pick. Who's the blonde one? Who's the super blonde one? Super baby blonde one? I'm just gonna sit here until you tell me who the blonde one is.
Ingrid Bergman.
Is that who it is?
Well, that's what the card says.
Who's the blonde one?
I don't know.
Who's the super duper?
Marilyn Monroe?
Yeah, that's the one. Name the character played by Tom Hanks in Philadelphia.
I can't.
George Small.
The one with AIDS.
Andrew Beckett. Okay, 1-1.
So, have you seen that movie?
No.
It is also excellent. Made me cry. And Antonio Banderas is his gay lover. Amazing.
Yeah.
And this movie is old.
Yeah.
Like,
it was a big deal.
A huge deal.
Yeah.
Amazing. Anything further to wrap it up?
No, thank you very much.
Thanks, guys. Episode 35. Take us away.
Okay.
Never mind.
Bye.
Dream big. Work hard.
Nope.
We're done.
We're
done with this episode.
No.
It's over.
No. We got to do it right. Dream big. Jay, we got to do it right.
Work hard.
Thanks for watching.
First frames first.
Yes. First frames first. Thank you, Jason.
Welcome.
If you enjoyed, head over to our website, www.thefableforest.com. Check out our films and sign up for our newsletter where we will send you exclusive content.
Hit us up on our socials, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, always at The Fable Forest. And share our show with your friends. It'll really help us out a lot.
Dream big.
Work hard.